In today's video, I'm going to be comparing the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 to the Galaxy Watch 5. If you are in the market for a new smartwatch, you're going to want to check out all the information in this video. What is up? My name is Jeff, and on this channel I do all sorts of tech reviews, including smartwatches, and today we're comparing the Galaxy Watch 6 and 5, and right now, Galaxy Watch 6, as of the recording of this video, is the new kid on the block, so the Galaxy Watch 5 is now being offered at a discount. Samsung is also offering their trade-in program, so if you've got a previous version of the Galaxy Watch and you want to upgrade, there are deals to be had on Samsung's website as well. But today we're taking a look at the differences. So let's start off here with pricing. So right now you can get the Galaxy Watch 6 in two different sizes, 40mm and 44mm. The pricing for those is going to be $299 for the 40mm or $329 for the 44mm. The Galaxy Watch 5 here has been discounted down to $279, or I'm even seeing $299 for the 44mm. Now, as time goes by, less and less options are available for the older models of devices. But you're going to save a couple of bucks there. Now, with the trade-in program from Samsung, you can, I think, get like $100 or $150 off of the new watch if you're trading in a previous version. So there'll be links down in the video description if you want to check out Samsung's current pricing on this device. But let's get into the features. So right off the bat, some of the cool things that we see, both are going to feature their AMOLED screens. They have slightly increased the pixel amount on the 5 versus, or on the 6 versus the 5. So you've got 432 by 432 pixels versus the 396 by 396. So looking at both these watches side by side, it might be hard to see on the camera, but you'll be able to see here that the Galaxy Watch 6 has a slightly crisper screen, and I'm sure that's because of the increased pixels that they've crammed into this display. They have actually reduced the digital bezel space, increasing the screen. So if you look, and what I'm talking about here is that black ring going around the outside. So on the Galaxy Watch 5, you've got a much fatter, thicker black ring, whereas on the Galaxy Watch 6, it's much thinner. Now, you still have access to that digital bezel where you can use your finger. That little bit gives you just a little bit more screen space on your watch. Looking at the watches side by side, so the Galaxy Watch 6 on the bottom here is slightly thinner than the Galaxy Watch 5, and I'll put both of them on here so you can kind of see them on my wrist. They both feature the same body design, so it is a aluminum build with a sapphire crystal screen. They both have the two buttons on their right side. So taking a quick look, this is the Galaxy Watch 6 on my wrist using the silicone band that comes with it. There are different bands available for all Galaxy watches, everything from the sports bands, leather, and fabric. Taking a look at the Galaxy Watch 5 with the silicone band. Now, something else to note with all the silicone bands is that they do wrap kind of underneath. This is available for the 5 and the 6. Kind of a nice feature, but also if you're not used to it, something that I really don't notice about feeling it on the band is even though it goes underneath, you don't actually feel that. Galaxy Watch 5, very comfortable to wear as well. Now, real quick, as we do in all the videos on this channel, I've hidden Tinker. He's our little hidden robot who looks just like this guy on my shirt, and he's going to briefly pop up at some point during this video. Be sure to take note of the timestamp. That is the amount of time into this video that he pops up. And if you are the first person down in the comments section to let me know the correct timestamp when he pops up, I will put your name in our Tinker Ford Hall of Fame page on our website, as well as give you a shout out in one of our future videos. So when purchasing a Galaxy Watch 6, the watches now come with their quick release bands that have the metal button on it. And that's just a little bit easier, in my opinion, than this metal pin that's been on the previous versions. A question that I was getting asked here is, are the bands interchangeable? And they actually are interchangeable. So these are 20mm bands, and what's cool is the previous bands that have the metal prong on them will work with the Galaxy Watch 6, and the quick release bands will work with previous versions of the Galaxy Watch. So if you've got like a Galaxy Watch 5 and you wanted to use the bands on that, they are interchangeable. Let's talk about the inner workings of the watch. So the Galaxy Watch 6 is going to run Wear OS 4, and Galaxy Watch 5 is still running Wear OS 3, or it's actually 3.5. So the latest greatest stuff running on Wear OS 4 is going to be what's available on the Galaxy Watch 6. Upgraded the RAM, so you get 2 gigs of RAM in the 6 versus the 1.5 gigs in the 5. Same amount of storage, 16 gigs of space for any type of music or apps that you're going to be downloading to the watch. Chip inside, this actually has the Galaxy Watch 6, the Exynos 930 versus the Exynos 920 in the Galaxy Watch 5. Maybe a slight difference in speed improvement from what I've seen, just kind of going through the different animations, motions, things like that. They both seem very fluid and they both seem to work very well. So in addition to the information in this video, if you are interested in more info on the Galaxy Watch 6 or 5, I've done unboxings, setups, and review videos of both these watches. Those will be linked down in the video description. So if you want to see more hands-on, in-depth info, be sure to check out those videos on my channel. Let's jump to the back of the watches. So both of these watches are packed with all the different health sensors, and I will say, in using the Galaxy watches now for several years, they are superb in health tracking. They've got a lot of great info. They work with the Samsung Health app, so I'm very happy with them. The sensor layouts on both of these look to be very similar. They do everything from skin temperature sensing, body composition, heart rate sensing. They will both take an on-the-fly SpO2 reading. What's cool about the 6 is they are working on getting it to do blood pressure readings. Now, it's not available yet in the United States because that feature hasn't been FDA approved, but the word is that that is coming. Right now, that is available in other parts of the world, but the US has not been able to get that feature activated yet. You can also take an ECG with these watches. However, something to note, as I've said in some of my other videos, in order to use the ECG feature on these watches, you have to install the Samsung Health Monitoring app, and that is only available on a Samsung device, such as a tablet or Samsung phone. Like, I have a Google Pixel 6 phone. I cannot use the ECG features on either one of these watches because, unfortunately, they've made it locked down where you have to have a Samsung device to install the Samsung Health Monitoring app. Kind of unfortunate if it's a feature that you're expecting to get with these watches, but just know if you're not part of the Samsung ecosystem, you're not going to be able to use that feature. So both the watches do all this health tracking. They will also allow you to measure things like your stress, and they will take readings on your sleep. So you'll get a whole sleep readout of light, deep, REM sleep, and it's quite intuitive, quite in-depth. I've gone more in-depth in that in other videos on this channel. But something that I thought was very unique about the Galaxy Watch 6 versus the 5 is, in order to track your heart rate and your blood oxygen level, on previous watches like the Galaxy Watch 5, they've used red and green LED lights, which pop on during the night, maybe while you're sleeping, to do that monitoring. That's been disruptive for people as they've been sleeping. So with the Galaxy Watch 6, they have switched over to infrared in order to be able to track your sleep as far as your heart rate, as far as your oxygen levels. So you're not going to get those bright red and green lights like previous watch versions. To me, I thought that was a cool upgrade from the previous versions. Take a quick second, smash that like button if you're enjoying this video. It's giving you some useful information or helping you out, because it helps me out as well as supports the channel. So both watches feature all the different apps that you can download from the Google Play Store. As far as battery on both of these, so any type of apps you might be running, such as if you're using Spotify, playing music, playing games, tracking workouts, those are all going to eat away at the battery. Now, with the Galaxy Watch 6, you actually get a slightly improved battery. Not a ton, but essentially what they've done is they've increased the battery to 300 milliamp hours. The Galaxy Watch 5 just features a 284 milliamp hour battery. Now for my use, I typically go running, so I will track my runs as well as play music from the watch. That does eat away at the battery a little bit, but I can typically get about a day and a half's worth of battery out of the Galaxy Watch 5, hoping I can get around the same, if not just slightly more, out of using the Galaxy Watch 6 with the slightly larger battery. Both of these watches feature a microphone and speaker, so you can even listen to music right from the watch. If you download music, or if you've got Spotify playlist downloaded, you can listen to that without even having to take your phone with you, which is convenient on both of these watches. There's an upgraded Bluetooth 5.3 that the Galaxy Watch 6 is running. And of course, you can take phone calls, you can make phone calls from either one of these watches. You will need to have your phone with you in order to do that, unless you have an LTE version of the watch. If you're looking to extend the life of the battery on your Galaxy watches, be sure to check out my battery saving tips video, which gives you all sorts of different options to extend the life of your battery, making your watch last longer. Which of the two watches would I recommend? You are going to get the latest and greatest features out of the Galaxy Watch 6. You're going to get about 80 to 90% of those features on the Galaxy Watch 5 if you don't need the latest and greatest. And with this guy coming out, the Galaxy Watch 6, you're going to find some pretty good discounts on the Galaxy Watch 5 or even the Galaxy Watch 4. You're just not going to get as much battery life. You're not going to get as vibrant pixel of a screen. You are probably not going to get some of the features that are available on Wear OS 4. I mean, that's the thing with the older watches, is eventually support stops for them. So if you're looking to kind of future-proof or get some of those features that are going to be coming in the future, such as that blood pressure monitoring, I mean, those are things that you can look at with the Galaxy Watch 6 versus previous models. Things like the quick release bands that are now available with the Galaxy Watch 6, and the fact that if you've got an older Galaxy Watch with a really cool band, like I bought one of these sport bands, really cool design from Samsung's website that still has the pins. That's really cool that I can still attach and use this even though I've got the Galaxy Watch 6. Overall, I think nice upgrades on the Galaxy Watch 6 versus the 5, but I'm interested to know your thoughts. Which watch are you most interested in? Let me know down in the comments section below. Hey, my name is Jeff, and as always, I appreciate you watching. You can check out other cool tip videos on this channel, such as the top apps that I recommend for Wear OS, things like my top arcade games, productivity, music apps, and more. That will also be linked down in the video description. So as always, I appreciate you watching. Be sure to make every day awesome, and I will see you in the next video.